I have 12 kids and Tony's the only Indian. My mother crossed the kitchen to the counter where she was pressing the masa in a perfect tortilla. ¿Qué pasó? She was speaking to me and 7 or 8 of my brothers and sisters. She knew I had become more of myself. She could see I had made a journey back to the circle of life. How did I get there? I owe too many. But one man stands out in this journey. His name is Mr. Bill Wapipaw. He passed on to spirit world in 1987 at 49, too young, someone who had lived a tough life when he was young. He left a lasting impression on many and certainly me. Bill was one of those unsung heroes whose song is not sung enough in today's world. Bill taught us many things. He inspired us with his example, but he also taught us to see the big picture in terms of the decolonization, our thinking as part of our resistance. When I came home from Vietnam, my life had changed. I was a different person. You're not the same. You try to grapple with so many scenes and situations, but you can't. It was unreal. I know now that for many within the American Indian community, when they come back from serving in the military, from combat or having their lives in danger, there are ceremonies, healing ceremonies that involve many in the community. Without that ceremony, I had to find my own way. I had to find my own healers. Bill Wapipaw was one of the first men I felt I could trust. He began to re-educate and introduce me to the circle of life, about responsibilities, ceremonies, and respect for the natural world. I saw him work with young people and give them attention they needed when society had given up on them. Bill began to organizing American Indian movement survival schools when Indian people were being denied their own cultural education in public schools, their own languages. Bill instilled pride being Indian and not to end up being part of a roadkill generation on the super internet highway. And Bill also invited me to come live at the AIM Survival House in 1981 in Oakland. I was clean and sober at that point. I began to learn about myself and who I am as a Chicano, as an Indio. You're not the same person after a war. I learned about how American Indian communities help each other heal and become peoples again. Bill brought together the youth, but also built movements and collaborated with other leaders and personalities. He spent time bringing people of different religions together to work toward peace and nonviolence. He was among the first indigenous peoples in 1977 who gathered together in Geneva, Switzerland to chart a course for the coming generations into what in 2007 the United Nations General Assembly adopted the Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. In his time, Bill became renowned throughout the world and even at the United Nations for his diplomacy and poise. That's why I think we should tell his story, so his legacy is not forgotten. Yes, I've gone full circle because of Bill Wapipaw. He trusted me. He respected me. He helped me to lead and shoulder responsibilities. He was my friend. May he always be remembered.